Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another live edition of Kiwanis Connects, coming to you live from the WWDBTV studios in the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. That's right. This is the final show of Kiwanis Connects. Well, for 2023 at least, because we'll certainly see you next week when we turn the calendar to 2024. I'm Aaron Phillips, anchoring. That's next week, John. Make sure you're here, because otherwise I'll be very lonely. So make sure that we have everything ready to go. Today's a very special show today. First of all, thank you for watching us on Facebook. If you're watching us on the Kiwanis Connects page or the WWDBTV page, either way will work. YouTube, WWDBTV.com there. If you're driving around town and you can't watch, download the WWDBTV app to your Android, WWDBTV LV to your iPhone, and of course, in about 72 hours from now, you are welcome to download on the Roku channel, assuming you have it, and if you don't, you should, download the WWDBTV network, and then, of course, not only will you be able to watch this show, but you'll be able to watch the humongous amounts of shows listed on WWDBTV. I'm not going to ask for phone in because we're going to have so much going on. Why is that, you may say? Because today we are talking nothing but the Kiwanis Rose Float that will appear internationally on TV New Year's Day, Monday, and I need to stop doing this with my hands because they're getting very tired. I feel like I'm chopping axes. With that, we have a very special correspondent out there dealing with our floats. Yes, you know her as Governor Val. I just call her my dear friend, Governor Val. Good morning.
Aloha. I'm so glad to see you. You were cracking me up. Yeah, and you were cracking me up. But I got to say, I don't want to talk about me today. I have these two illustrious ladies that I have been fangirling with for quite a while. And so it is an honor to be able to hang out with our international president, Katrina Baranko. And everybody knows our amazing Governor Carol Ferris. And so, Carol had promised that she was coming back once a month. So it's like, we're just hanging out.
Absolutely. And it looks like you have beautiful weather there in California. So I want to just let our viewers know that today we're going to be talking nothing but Rose Float stuff and having fun talking about that and what's going on. Yeah, we did a show a couple of weeks ago with some guys, Dave and those folks, but now we're at the important stuff. It's not very often we get the international president to come and smell the roses, right? I mean, to talk to our international president, and at the same time, our current governor, and at the same time, our immediate past governor. I'm just a has-been hosting a show. How lucky am I? Good morning,
yeah, you've got three amazing roses, right?
Absolutely. Red roses all the way across.
And I've known President Katrina for almost 8 years now, at least 8 years. And so, did you ever envision yourself being president out here on the Rose Club?
I did not, but they started talking about it. I've always watched it, love watching it, always looking for that Kiwanis float. But, never thought I would be here. So it's been amazing, the events surrounding and just seeing all the kids that come out from our Key Club and Circle K and Builders Club, just the lines of oceans of kids and the experience that they're having. It just warms my heart.
And so you can see a line of students behind us because they're all behind us in the view behind us. They're pulling vials with roses at this point in time. There'll be 200,000 roses going into vials to go onto 14 different floats today.
Now, are those Key Clubbers back there?
Yeah.
Well, we have to ask them to do it live on the air, right? We have to find out how they feel.
We will do that. Absolutely. Awesome. And I know that Governor Carol, you've been looking forward to this because you got to pick it.
Yeah. I got to pick the float theme, and everybody loves a dog going down the road, right?
Absolutely.
I was going to ask you a little bit about how did you pick the theme? What stands out for you about it?
Well, when you go in to pick the float theme, you're sitting in a room with depictions and drawings all around the walls. And this one I kept coming back to. I mean, the others were great and cute, but I'm a dog lover, 100%. And every time I came back to this one thinking, the dog, the player piano, the Victrola, all of the things that remind us of, years gone by, just just seemed to really speak to me. And I figured it would make a statement going down the road that, music is for everybody and it doesn't ever get old.
We'll pop up the pictures here in a few minutes. I just wanted to make sure. I don't know if you ladies can see the comments. I know you're working on your phone there, Val, so it may be small for you, but let me share a couple that are in there now. First of all, Happy New Year from Gary Graham and his wife to everybody as well. So Gary's watching as always.
Hi, Gary.
John Brummer says, Katrina was governor with my wife. His wife was Ray Whitney Brummer. They both say hello to you, International President. And Kathy Zemansky says, this is an awesome team right there. Girl power, activate.
It's like, that's a Wonder Woman.
Wasn't it like Twin Powers Activate as a boy and a girl animated?
Yes, so we can do this.
There you go.
Absolutely.
So I don't know, John, you know a lot of stuff nobody cares about. Anyway, Val, you just let me know when you want to pop those pictures up that we showed you before I went on the air. So we'll have we're ready with those whenever.
It would be great because I know that if you pop it up, I know that Katrina, your focus is cake. Yeah, Builders Club.
Builders Club.
And so, how did you choose Builders Club? Because I have a story that goes with Builders Club and dogs.
Oh, okay.
So,
well, I actually.
So if you want to pop it up, that'd be great.
Yeah, I actually chose Builders Club. Last year, International President Burt emphasized K-Kids. I feel like it's so important that we kind of emphasize every service leadership program that we have. And so I love to start them young in K-Kids because we can get them young. I taught high school, and I can tell you by the time they get to high school, if we haven't reached them, it's hard to crack that shell. So to start them early when they're so anxious like little sponges. But I did teach high school, as I said, and so I know that the middle school where Builders Club is such a critical time for students. They're either going to kind of go drift to the dark side, or they're going to find some positive things. And I feel like it's so important at that point to work with the students at that level to kind of get them directed into leadership skills and servant leadership.
Now,
when I was a Builders Club advisor, and you never need your coffee in the morning, and I'm a coffeeaholic, as your friends are, and one of the things that was so amazing with my Builders Club is that they did their very first fundraiser was for the SPCA. And one of the kids said that I learned to read comfortably at the SPCA. And I thought, well, that's kind of odd, but 10 and 12-year-olds are odd people. They kind of are, right? That they've raised over $5,000 for aid. They've got blankets, and they all went and read to the dogs at the SPCA.
Nice.
And one of the nonverbal kids in our group actually read, and his mom was crying in the background because she said, "This is amazing. It must be because the dogs are not judgmental. The dogs are pure love." And so when Governor Carroll chose the dog for the float, it was like, in my mind, what I first saw was pure love. And I think that's what Kiwanis is about.
It is, and harmony goes with that because it is, Kiwanis are not judgmental. We're there to serve the community, to all those that in need. So, I think the harmony is great because we all work together to make that community healthier for the kids.
Absolutely. By the way, I want to let our followers and viewers who are watching right now or listening on the app, in case you can't place International President's accent, no, she's not from Brooklyn, New York. Let me just say that right up front. Let's clarify that. But she does hail from the great district of Georgia, and we appreciate. So shout out to the Georgia district on behalf of your national president. We thank you. That was just peachy, John. No, stop that, will you please, John? Anyway, no, but I wanted to just make sure that we covered that. Daryl Gums, Gumz, okay, simply says, "What a crew! Great women rock."
Right.
thanks.
Thank you, Daryl.
Thanks,
He's a
Daryl.
past governor from the Georgia district.
Oh, see, my timing on hitting Georgia was perfect, wasn't it?
It was perfect.
That was not bad. How about Nathaniel Kyle? Do we want to claim a Nathaniel Kyle?
We'll claim him.
yeah.
We will claim him. He's a lieutenant governor from the Capital District.
Gotcha. Well, he says 3 of my all-time favorite people. So let me just say this, Nathaniel. There are 4 of us here on the show, not just. No, I'm only kidding. Anyway, no, we thank everybody. Keep those comments coming. If you are watching on YouTube, you can put comments in the box there. They will funnel in to the studio. So if I may just ask this, International President, how long have you been involved in Kiwanis overall?
I've been in Kiwanis 30 years.
Were you?
So it's been a great journey. I was so fortunate that a friend asked me to join 6 times before I said yes. But one of the best decisions I ever made. So it's been an amazing journey, and I've met so many people with such big hearts.
So what was the difference then with the first 6 times? That 7th time was the magic one. Was it just a matter of that person saying, "All right, enough asking me, I'll join and leave me alone," or what was it?
Actually, she was asking me to lunch to the Kiwanis lunch, and so finally I just thought I'm gonna go so she'll quit calling me. But when I got to the meeting, they were doing so many amazing things. They had just raised money to buy a van for the bridge in our town, which is for battered children, so they could transport them to schools and team events so they could stay as normal as possible. And I was raised in a small community. My parents had a business, and so I was brought up to give back to the community we lived in. And I'm thinking, what a win-win for me. I can just jump on this vehicle with Kiwanis and serve. And so fortunately, I've been able to do that for 30 years.
Right on. And what I love about that, Val and Governor Carroll, how many times have we spoken about by inviting people to a meeting to hear and see what Kiwanis does, or invite them to a service project in action, that generally that's the tipping point of when people say, you know what, I really need to get onto this coattail here and get involved.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that Governor Carroll is pretty amazing at, is when she's at service projects, she's busy talking with people. And I know that you just rock it.
Thank you. Well, and it's no secret that you can go have lunch with anybody. To really hook them in, you got to invite them to do what you're doing. So, and the best way to do that is to ask them and then get them engaged and find out what makes them rock and work on it.
That's how I've gotten the mayor for our area. He said he would never join any organization while he was mayor. And I kept saying, we do exactly what you want to do in your passion part of your life. And most of the schools, you're kind of suspect because you're mayor. It's politics. But you have all of these key clubbers. You have 112 key clubbers that will come help you with your projects if you become upon part of Kiwanis. And we brought him to one of our outdoor events on the beach. And he said, I'm sold. And I think that's what it takes. It's like no one wants to sit in a huddle at a football game. They don't go to a football game to see the huddle and how it works.
Right.
Yeah, sports ball. But what they want to be on the field, they want to see what's going on and play. Now, Carol's messing with me about my sports ball.
Oh, gotcha.
So I'm just doing the hand thing with her. She's gonna make me go all Southern on that. She didn't think I knew how. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was gonna say finish your thought, and then we're gonna get ready to go to our first break.
Okay, so for me, it is we've got to keep asking. That's the main thing. We've got to keep asking, ask in different ways, and find out what their passion is.
Yeah.
Because that's what hooks people. I think I'm even going to recruit a couple of the Rotary folks.
Kiwanis. Nice thing about Kiwanis clubs is that we can always tailor interest to its members, because we offer so much within a club. Members can certainly get involved in the things that are of most interest to them. All right, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to step aside for a first break. Couple things coming up. During the break, you're going to see the commercial for Kiwanis Family House and 29 Palms. The bottom of the hour, we're going to play the commercial for the Kiwanis Rose Float club that we did already previously, which you saw, but we're going to air it again. And then, of course, we close out the show at the top. The final 2023 Bad Dad Jokes highlighted. That's right. Highlighted by one extra one from our international president. She's got one to toss in there, so I'm looking forward to that. If hers is so good, I may not need to do mine. So we'll leave it at that. John will be happy with that. Anyway, you're watching Kiwanis Connects. We got a lot more to come. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. At Kiwanis Family House, we build communities and give hope. But when someone is sick, families can be tested in ways they never imagined. Parents have to travel far from home to get their child the complex medical care needed. They may have to miss work and worry about paying the bills, and all the while, trying to keep their family together. That's where Kiwanis Family House comes in. Kiwanis Family House provides a home away from home for families with sick family members receiving treatment at nearby hospitals. Families stay at Kiwanis Family House for as long as they need. This allows them to be close to their sick family member and each other during a stressful time. Every day, Kiwanis Family House witnesses how families are a powerful source of support and healing during difficult times due to illness or trauma. Every day, Kiwanis Family House celebrates the importance of family and the power of love and support. International is a global community of clubs, members and partners dedicated to improving the lives of children one community at a time. Today, we stand with more than 550,000 members, from K-Kids to Key Club to Kiwanis, for all ages in over 80 countries around the world. Each community has different needs, and Kiwanis empowers members to pursue creative ways to serve the needs of children, such as fighting hunger, improving literacy, and offering guidance. Kiwanis clubs host nearly 150,000 service projects each year.
For more information, contact Herman Platsky at KiwanisClub of 29Palms.com.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
All right, everybody, welcome back to Next. I'm Aaron Phillips. Ladies and gentlemen, do not adjust your sets. Governor Val just flew in there. Immediate pass disappears there like that. Thank you for
I
watching.
just broke her tripod, so
So Governor Val,
I brought in a friend really quickly, and you can see Chrissy in the back. And so Chrissy's been here 3 years in a row, and so I wanted to ask her, why do you keep coming back?
Well, we have so much fun getting to know people and being with friends that we've made over the last couple of years. It's really fun to learn about the different flowers and what you do and put it on, and just feel the energy about the Rose Parade and getting things ready.
I think your first year, you had like this total nightmare, didn't you?
I can't quite hear you.
Because this first year you did the floats, you had a total nightmare.
Well, we were working on the Queen float, which is the one that Queen and the court ride on. And around the base of the float on each side are these puffy kind of pillow spaces, and they get covered with campus grass. I spent 2.5 days sitting on the ground, putting glue on, putting pampas grass on, getting covered with it, hands full of glue and covered with grass. I looked like I had werewolf hands or something like that. And before it was finished, we'd gone home one night and gone back to our hotel, and I had a nightmare. In the nightmare, I was watching the parade on television, and as the float went down Colorado Boulevard, the pampas grass flew off in sheets off each of those pillar things. I woke up with this terror in my heart, like having trouble breathing. And so we watched the parade New Year's morning, and specifically to see it go by, and it went by the camera, and all of the pampas grass stayed on, and I was so happy. But I'll tell you,
goodness.
I can feel what that felt like to watch all of my work fly off right there on camera.
Now, one thing that's happening with our show today is we just have people bouncing in and photobombing all of our stuff. So, Chrissy, who's that just joined you there?
I couldn't quite hear that, so I'm not sure what you said.
Who is that is with you there now, Chrissy?
Oh, this is my husband, Greg. I'm Chrissy. This is my husband, Greg. We're both from the Atascadero, Kiwanis Club.
Gotcha. And Val, these two folks, are they near you right now where you are positioned?
They're right behind me.
Okay, because Chrissy, the volume from your phone is really low. So we might be better off if they join you and you just use your phone and interview them that way because their volume is very low.
Okay. What I'm going to have them do is take their phone into the barn and just show pictures.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. Awesome. I'm so glad they popped in.
Yeah,
And so I'm going to go off camera, and you can talk to
absolutely.
President Katrina and Carol for a moment.
You bet. I will do
TV
that.
magic.
All right, TV magic. There we go. All right, take Chrissy off the screen. So, ladies, now let me ask you this question. Traditionally, this week leading into New Year's is called Hell Week. So, describe what's going on there now overall, if you can.
All right, so overall right now, it's a frenzy of activity. There are hundreds of young people waiting for jobs because they come in mass. I believe one group bought 7 buses. And so they all show up, they all get registered, they all get a t-shirt that says Kiwanis on it. And then they wait to go in group by group because we don't just work on the Kiwanis float, we work on like 8 or 9 different floats in there. And so a crew chief will come out and say, I need 12 strong people and pick out 12 kids and send them in, or I need 6. And so they just go off. And the thing to do is just when they say, I need, you just go. Because if you say, I don't want to do that, then you end up getting stuck behind it, not getting any job, and it turns out to be a very boring day. But there's always so much to do for everybody that's here, and they all really do enjoy having, a purpose, and it's great. They may never get the opportunity again. It's awesome.
So these are not just our sponsor youth. These are youth from the community, or are they all sponsor youth that you're referring to?
I couldn't hear you. I'm sorry.
Is it all sponsored youth? Is it all Key Club, or are they youth from the entire community?
So the majority that come to ours is sponsored youth. But inside you will find members of the community. You'll find our Lions are in there working. Our Elks are in there working. Other service Rotaries in there working. So you'll see other service organizations because that's what we do, right? We serve.
Right.
So we step in and help whenever anybody. It could be everybody from all walks of life, from the very young to the very old.
Right on. And when we run the commercial here at the bottom of the hour, Susan, we're working on that right now. So hang tight. We have, there we go. Val is back. We have a camera in there. We're going to go to there in a second. So Susan, hang with us. You're right on target. When we run the commercial for the Kiwanis float here at the bottom of the hour, I want everybody to listen to the statistics in terms of the number of service hours that are worked, how many people are part of this. This is not just an overnight thing. This is a 365 event, 365-day event to keep this thing going. And with that, they need the support of Kiwanis around the world to support financially. And so what I'd like to do with International President there now and Val and Governor Carroll, those commercials that you saw before, the Kiwanis Family House and 29 Palms, we do them here out of WWDBTV studios. We actually do those, customize them for clubs, and we do have a charge for them. Minimal, but like the commercial you'll see at the bottom of the hour for the Rose Float was a $300 commercial for, well, it ended up being more than 90 seconds, but many clubs are taking advantage of it. So what I'm going to ask everybody to do, if you're a club out there or business on behalf that is part of Kiwanis, if you want a commercial done, if you want a 90-second commercial, this is going to sound kind of weird, but bear with me, folks. 90-second commercial, we're going to change the price to $350 instead of $300. And here's why. That extra $50 is going to go to the Kiwanis Rose Float every time a commercial is purchased. Okay? Now, we have smaller ones, and I'll share those. But for a 90-second commercial, it's great for branding. And Governor Carroll and International President, we would love your support in spreading the word. Kiwanis clubs need to take advantage of these customized spots to help promote their clubs, especially for club building and public awareness. And also, the balance of those funds that come in, keep this show on the air. So it's a twofold purpose. All right.
So, Aaron, I want to jump in for a moment. And one of the things that we did a full communication survey of all 460 clubs in 2022. And we asked them, what's the number one thing you think that the CNH district at Kiwanis International can do for you? And they said it's all about branding and why don't we have commercials? And so that question was answered. We do have commercials. We have free ones that are available at Kiwanis.org. We have the free commercial that we have put together. We also have the $75 one where you can modify it so that the basic commercial is all CNH district, and then you can add in your club information all the way to customization. So people can't say anymore, we can't advertise. We can't go on public channels. We can't be on the closed circuit TV at our city council office. We can be. It just takes you pulling this information down and showing, right?
And I thank you for partnering with Kiwanis and for offering that for Kiwanis clubs. That's amazing. So thank you for all that you're doing to spread the word about Kiwanis and the great work that we're doing.
Well, I appreciate that, not only for me, but on behalf of our studio here at WWDB-TV. I don't know if the ladies filled you in, but I was a founding member of my Key Club back in 1980. Two-time lieutenant governor and whatnot. So Kiwanis is in my blood as well. And John and I are also members of the new Downtown Kiwanis Club. All right. Val, why don't you introduce and bring in our roving reporter who is now over in the barn?
Sounds good. So we've got Chrissy roaming around, and that's Greg. So we're going to let them take it away. All
right, Greg, what do you got there?
So we're here looking at the dog.
This is Shasta.
Shasta, all right.
So they have to be really careful while they're in the barn because we have some very high-end floats that are there that have not given permission for release. And one of those is Trader Joe's always does an amazing ta-da. And their float cost over $1.2 million to produce. So we're going to make sure that we don't show any of that. So you get a lot of dog, and the dog is made of pampas grass. So did you tell everybody?
Yeah. So in case you're wondering, the dog on the float's name is Shasta, and that was named by our crew chief for Phoenix, who is the one that designs the float. So
right on. We had to cut their feed because there was terrible feedback with them walking through there. So that's why we had to pull them off the screen. We'll see if we pop it. Let's see if we can pop them back up for another few minutes.
Put glue on the flowers, and then they stick them up on the float.
Very cool.
That's tremendous. How many? Do you guys know
It's a
how
little
many?
bit of mountain climbing to work on some of these floats.
Do you guys know how many total flowers are going to be on the Kiwanis float itself?
I have no idea.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah. John says it's at
See,
least
looking
100.
around, there's a
So,
lot of other floats around. The Queen's float,
Yeah. I would say that we probably have about
ESPN.
35,000 flowers that are going to be on here. Um, But one of the things that's really unique about our float is that our main feature is predominantly pampas grass. And so they've had to use it in multiple ways to make it look like it's flowing. And so it's kind of like a dog riding with its head out the window where the hair will be blowing. And so that has been a very special feature. And the tongue has flowers on it as well. And the nose has anise seeds. And so think if you go into your spice cabinet right now and you were to look in your spice cabinet, there are some of the things in your spice cabinet that are actually on our float.
right on. So don't try eating the float afterwards, though.
Thank you.
Our good friend, our good friend Susan Wells is happy to see what she's seeing because she says that she worked on Shasta's front and back foot while she was there.
Oh, there you go.
So that's
And it's important
cool.
to keep your workspace clean because the floats are judged on cleanliness during work.
Okay. All right.
And so right behind our float is the Queen's Court float. So all the
That's our
princesses
float
and
crew
Queen of
chief.
the Rose Bowl are being worked on. So we've got a lot of tea clubbers. We have over 400 tea clubbers in the barn right now working on 13 different floats.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. We're going to send them off to the side, so take them off screen. We're going to go to we're at the bottom of the hour. So what I'd like to do is we're going to step aside. We're going to run the Kiwanis roast float commercial. And then maybe, Val, you can get some of those key clubbers way back there in the background to come over and answer one very simple question when we come back. Can we do that? All right. You're watching Kiwanis Connects. Hey, pay attention to this commercial. It's everything you want to know about the roast float and the Kiwanis Club roast float out there doing great stuff. Here you go. Thanks to the efforts of the Cal Neva District of Kiwanis, there's been a Kiwanis presence in the Rose Bowl parade for more than half of the New Year's Day parades. Things started when the Pasadena Kiwanis Club entered a float in 1921 and grown to a major Kiwanis project with worldwide exposure. In the past, our efforts were funded through club sponsorships, outside sponsorships, by the generous donations from Kiwanis members or club foundations sponsoring riders on the Kiwanis float itself. As a district project, our governor selects the float design, the District Rose Float Committee handles fundraising, and the Kiwanis Rose Float Club secures and organizes the volunteers. These volunteers get the work done in building 10 to 13 floats for the parade. When Kiwanis International wanted to sponsor a large portion of our float, momentum from our clubs was lost to do any fundraising. The time has come to have our clubs increase their involvement in the fundraising efforts. The Kiwanis Rose Float is an amazing service project with over 4,000 volunteers donating between 55 to 60,000 volunteer hours. All of these hours allow the Phoenix Floats Company to provide almost a 60% discount to the Rose Float Kiwanis Club for our float. There are many amazing service projects in the Kiwanis world, but do you know what makes this service project unique that no other service project offers? It is the worldwide exposure for Kiwanis International. All Kiwanians around the world can say, "That's my float." The broadcast is viewed in 65 countries with 35 million viewers. 650,000 people line the parade route on Colorado Boulevard, and over 100,000 visitors view the floats during construction. That sounds like a lot. But Cal Neva has been doing this for over 60 years. But the Rose Float Kiwanis Club needs the help from all Kiwanis clubs, its members and businesses, to answer the call for support. There are several ways clubs and districts can support this most beloved project throughout the year. If you have any questions or would like more information, please visit our Kiwanis Rose Float page on Facebook. Help us in making sure that Kiwanis International will let the world continue to smell the roses for a long time.
Hey,
Right.
hey, Aaron, I've got a bunch of my Key Club friends, and they're from Upland and Etowanda and Rancho Cucamonga, and I am so excited to have them here. And so, guys, you want to wave? I'm going to get out of the way because I know you have a question for them. So hold on.
And if they don't know what questions coming their way, they may be fired. So, hey, Key Club, how do you feel? Key Club is the best.
Thank you.
I could not have missed this opportunity to ask you that question.
All right. One of you needs to go up and share. That would be great. All right. So, come on in. Absolutely. Absolutely. Come on in. So, one of the things that's so cool is that our key clubbers come in and they do all of this. So, how did you get hooked into doing this?
I mean, first of all, it was like all of these friends, they're all so lovely. Like, they all support, it's like having fun, volunteering with everyone, serving the community and stuff. It's just a great thing in my heart to do.
So I want you who, I know we've got someone's watching us from Africa. We just grabbed them off the line. And Key Club makes kids amazing. And so you're so poised. Where did you go to high school?
Okay.
Where did you go to high school?
Upland, California.
Okay. So for the rest of the world, we have people in 20 countries that are watching us right now. Where is Upland?
Upland, it's in San Bernardino County, near the edge of LA County.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good.
How far away from Disneyland?
From Disneyland? 30 minutes. 30 minutes.
They could have been at Disneyland, but they're here.
Well, and that's what makes our programs so special. And I appreciate this young man. Appreciate all the Key Clubbers back there. We love our sponsored youth, or SLP as they're now called. As a former Key Clubber, love you guys and thank you for participating. And please continue to spread the news on the network. You guys need so that every community around the world needs to know about Key Club, Circle K, and Kiwanis and what we do. You guys, it starts there, along with builders and everybody else. So thank you very much.
Okay, I'm going to get my friends going, and I'm going to bring President Katrina back.
You betcha. All right.
You're outstanding, Paul.
So,
205.
Adjusting her platform there. I do want to mention something, and I want to repeat this. If you would like more information about the customized commercials, please, I encourage you, even if it's not for a Kiwanis club, maybe a business member within a Kiwanis club wants to have a commercial done for their business. Either way, it's going to go to support the Rose Float Club. It's going to continue to support this show. So we have three options. 30-second commercial is $250. $50 goes to the Kiwanis Rose Float Club. For 60 seconds, it'll be $300. $50 will go to the Kiwanis Rose Float Club. And for 90 seconds, it's $350 with $50 off the top going to the Rose Float Kiwanis Club. Send me an email, kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com. I will let you know what we need to do to get things going, to get the commercials done, just like you've been watching so far. Those are all, except for my book, those are all commercials that we've done for Kiwanis along the way. So looks like Val has her crew back there, so let's bring them back in. There they are.
Hey.
That was great. That was great. Thank you, Key Club.
Weren't they fabulous?
They're great. They're always great, Key Club. That's what the heart is.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we were just talking about, we want everybody, no matter where you are in the world, to come be able to be a part of this, because we are representing Kiwanis International. And you saw in the statistics, over 72 million people around the world watch, and they see our float.
Yep.
We met a Kiwanis yesterday, and she was in from Texas. She and her sister came in to work, and the first time ever, and she was just so excited. She said one of the best experiences. So she's going to go back to her club, tell them about this experience, and she said next year we hope to bring more. of our club members because she said, I want everyone to be able to have this experience. It
Right
is
on.
amazing.
Right on
And
it.
so if you're in New York and you want to have a t-shirt from the decorating crew, you can literally go on to our Rose Float Club's site and get any of the gear. You can get the ornaments that we use to fundraise. You can get pens, stickers, challenge points. We're trying to make sure that people understand the investment in what we're doing.
What's the do you guys have any idea as to what the total cost of creating the float is roughly? Do you guys have any idea?
Well, I was looking at the report, and so Carol's float would normally cost about $380,000 to build and have go down the pathway. But because of all of the key clubbers volunteering and the Kiwanis family, I think how much are we spending?
140, something like that. About 140.
And that based on the commercial and the scripting in from. By the way, is that Dave Arnold behind you? If he's in earshot, I want to say thank you to Dave Arnold for providing the information for the script and the commercial. But also, I want to recognize Phoenix Float Company because they're the company that provides the physical float. And because of the things like Carol mentioned and all the SLP and all the labor, they also provide a great discount to Kiwanis for the physical float. Is that correct?
Absolutely. And so one of the things, and it's like Dave's busy working right now because we have a lot of people on scaffolding. That's Charles behind us. But one of the things is people need to understand that our Kiwanis president and the Key Club International president and the K International Governor, they're all supported by Kiwanis International to come out here and do this. And this is something that really highlights our organization. It really highlights the best of what we have. And NBC a couple of years ago gave us a full minute coverage. We can't afford to pay for a full minute on NBC at 8 o'clock in the morning.
Right.
But our float spoke for us.
Right. And out here, we get to see the parade on tape delay. We don't even get to see it actually live. We're watching it on tape delay out here. But it is fascinating. I remember the very first one and only Rose Float that I went to was many years ago with my dad when Penn State and Oregon played the very first time there in Pasadena. And we got the parade, and we were sitting there right there in Colorado. Was it Boulevard or Avenue? I don't know what the proper designation is, but what a joy it was to see the Kiwanis float go by me as I was in the stands that year. It was a tremendous feeling when you can personally connect to something like that in a parade that's watched by tens of millions of people around the world in a global audience. It's absolutely tremendous. All right, here's what we're going to do. Governor Val, we're going to step aside a minute or two early for our last break. When we come back, because International President's with us, we have to at least show her the intro for Val on the Road, right?
Absolutely.
And John found the pink one, so I think we're good for that. And then, of course, we'll wrap up with some good dad jokes to wrap up 2023 as we wish everybody a happy.
Okay, but I do have a couple of questions I want to ask President Katrina before she goes.
Oh, absolutely. That's why
So we'll do it after the commercial break.
Yep, that's why I'm breaking early so we get everything in. All right. More to come right after this. The Kiwanis Club of Folsom Lake is a group of fun, passionate people from all different backgrounds and interests who are dedicated about making our community a better place for children. We have 3 fundraising events throughout the year which allow us to support an after-school program for disadvantaged kids, high school scholarships, sponsors Key Club in high schools, and supports the Kiwanis Family House, which builds a supportive, healing community around families who are impacted by medical emergencies. Come check us out by visiting our website, www.folsomlakekiwanis.org.
7 years ago. Wow. Look at Jerry. He was a baby. He was. I think that was, oh my God. That may have been the year I was Lieutenant Governor under him. He was a baby when he was gone.
Hello, Val.
Hey there, I'm so glad to see you.
I know.
So we're doing our selfie thing here,
Okay. Please.
and when you're around paparazzi and everything, you got to take it. Um, I was just reflecting. Um, Women have been a part of Kiwanis and been a part of Kiwanis leadership since 1987. And to be able to sit here as we did the Wonder Twins, and we made kind of fun and light. But to know that we have such powerful, amazing women leading across our international project, and so have you found that as a woman in leadership at this point in time that life is a little bit different for you, or do you think it's an advantage? How does it fit for you?
Well, I guess I mean, I'm proud to be a woman leader. I guess I don't filter that in as much because I just look at, this organization and the leadership that I feel like it needs. But I do think hopefully it inspires other of our youth to know that they can step up into leadership positions. So I'm hoping that being a woman leader does inspire other women to say, I can do this and not hold them back. So it's been a great experience on both sides, just as the leader of Kiwanis, but also just to know that hopefully there's been some influence.
Because one of the things I was hearing in the background was, oh my gosh, that's our Kiwanis International president. I thought all presidents were guys. I literally heard that, and so that was what spurred me on, because it was, I know that this presence and that this power group here influenced some folks in 2023 to know that no, it's not all guys that do this. It's some pretty powerful women that bring some really amazing experiences to the forefront.
Absolutely, absolutely. And again, it's such an honor. I want everybody to realize what you're looking at on the screen. You're looking at our current governor, you're looking at our immediate past governor, and our international president. I mean, the honor and privilege of having these three women represent positions of strength and power within any organization is wonderful. But to see you all on one screen, somebody needs to take a screenshot of this, and maybe we put we create like a baseball card or something with the three of you on it. I mean, it's tremendous.
I love it. I love it. And it's just like, and so, for both of you, it's like when you look forward to 9 months from now, and you're going, I hope that people remember me because dot dot dot. Carol, how do you want people to remember you?
I made a difference, a positive difference, and that I left the organization better than when I came in.
Yeah, I think that when I leave, I'd like for them to think, well, she did move Kiwanis forward, and she did make it fun, but that, we grew and we grew our family, and that, I was about service and, my love for Kiwanis and the passions.
And you'll be able to add this on your resume that international president was able to provide a bad dad joke on the international hit show, Kiwanis Connects.
That's right.
So that'll be at the top of the bucket list. I'm sure it'll be checked off.
Absolutely.
Well, I mean, just listening to all the noise in the background, when we do shows with the remote segment, John always worries about the background noise kind of being too much for the show. I love ambient noise. I think it makes the show more exciting when viewers can hear. Now, unfortunately, we're only hearing Dave Arnold's voice a lot, and that's a shame because there's really a lot more than Dave Arnold there. But I say that
although we love Dave Arnold.
Right. I say that with all love and respect to Dave, of course. But to hear what's going on, getting the key clubbers involved, having that quick tour inside the barn, folks, I hope you've appreciated that we've been able to bring just a little bit of what's going on out there so that next year, like we found out, someone from Texas was there. They're gonna bring more people next year. Go out there. My wife and kids were out there many years ago. I got to be honest with you, I've never been out there. Give me this week. My wife and I were going to surprise Val and come out there. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So hopefully we'll make it happen in the near future. But folks, you're a Kiwani, you need to add this on your bucket list to participate in at least once.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You know,
All
I've had the privilege of being on 2 floats in
Oh,
my
wow.
lifetime. And to work on the past, 8 of them, it's always amazing. And it's like coming home and seeing Kiwanians from around the world, and we're working on one single project together. It's special.
I want to share a couple of comments in the chat room real quickly. Susan Wells says, Phoenix Float Decorating Company's crew rocks. They are true professionals and are captains of organized chaos. I like that.
Yep, that's true.
Yurette Casilla Smith says, we are here, Region 3 Key Club. And I'm sure I'm going to botch this last name, but Kathy Tootie or Tutty, T-U-T-T-Y, she says, Katrina Jones Baranko is the bomb. Diggity.
Way to go, Kathy. You're so right.
I hope I did that comment justice. Diggity. That's my new word of the day now, John. Diggity. I don't like that one. All right. We are getting close to wrapping up. So before we get to the bad dad jokes, let's get some final thoughts, ladies, if you will.
I'm just always excited to be here. I'm excited to be sitting next to these powerful women, but I'm even more excited to showcase our youth behind us, because really that's why we're here. So thank you for giving us the opportunity.
Yeah, and I am so honored to be part of all of this, and for me also it's been an experience of a lifetime, and I love that we are branding our float in the parade. But I'm going to tell you again, as Carol said, it's seeing the youth and the leadership skills they're learning, and the teamwork, and it will just be, and the lifetime friendships they're developing. That will be a memory for them always. So I really love that piece of this.
Absolutely.
And so for me, it's knowing that almost 7,000 kiddos came out and will come out up until New Year's Eve, and helping make everything work. And they are truly they are why we do what we do.
Yep. Yeah.
And
Who we are.
It's fabulous.
All right. So what I want to do before we do the inevitable, yeah, exactly. We're gonna introduce this segment with the following intro. Go. Hang on. Here.
You know, my card looked like that all of last week, so that is so spot on. So Val on the Road is that we'll be sending out about 25,000 books for the Literacy Club to places like Guam, the Philippines, Georgia, Michigan, and Northern California over the next week for the Kiwanis Leadership Club Foundation. And so I'm a part of that. And then I am going on vacation. And so I think I've already put that out there. And I wanted to do something really special really quickly. I want to share a Maui calendar so that Maui's always on your mind. Because this last week when I was there, I gave a donation in your name to Maui Strong. Because we want to make sure that we know that there are things happening all over the world, and Kiwanians are doing great things, and so keep up the amazing work.
Well, that's great, and plus it creates another legacy for International President Katrina. So to be part of that, and then also Val, when you come back from vacation, we're seeing you here in Vegas. Is that correct?
I'll be in Vegas, and we're going to be having an inner club. So if you want to come hang out with us and meet the downtown Las Vegas Kiwanis Club and see all about all the fantastic things we're doing for downtown, we'll be doing that on January 23rd. So I'm very excited.
Absolutely. And if you wanted more information on that, just email me at kiwanisconnectsinfo@gmail.com, and we'll send you all of that. All right, before I forget, though, I do want to wish everybody out there, Kiwanis Connects Land, a happy new year. May 2024 be everything you want it to be, and then some. All right, Normally, I end the show with my jokes. However, I want to end this segment on a high note, so I'm going to do mine first so that the international president can deliver hers on top of mine, which I'm sure will be the best of them all, and take us out on a high note. No pressure there. No pressure, international president. All right, here goes number one. By the way, I hear Dave Arnold. Please tell him I love him and say hi for me. What do you call it? What do you call it when a snowman throws a tantrum? It's called a meltdown.
A what?
A meltdown. Number two. Why did the math book look so sad? Because of all of its problems. I'm not going over well today. International president, I was going to say, I've set the bar very low for you, so you're going to hit a home run. Here's the next one. What country's capital is growing the fastest? Quiet. It's Ireland. Every day it's Dublin. Dublin. Ireland. Wow. How quickly they turn on you. All right, here you go. My last one. Did you know corduroy pillows are in style? Did you know corduroy pillows are in style? They're making headlines.
What? No.
You know, like corduroy pillows?
No.
All right, Your Honor, please erase that one from the record. Let me replace it with this one. Did you hear about the kidnapping at school? It's okay. You woke up.
I think it's President Katrina's turn.
All right. This is my first attempt, and I'm glad I have these powerful women to support me.
Well, you can't be any worse than mine, so you're good.
So, why was Cinderella so bad at playing soccer?
Why was Cinderella bad at playing soccer? I have no idea.
He kept running away from the ball.
If I had a microphone, there you go. I'm so glad we saved the best for last because that was a million times better than the crap I delivered.
Come back next week.
Yeah, I think we have a new segment. International President Bad Joke Day. We may have to have you do that. Well, listen, we're running out. So, International President, an honor to have you with us today. An honor to meet you, at least online. And thank you so very much for your leadership across the board, KI. And, of course, Governor Carroll, your leadership here in Cal Neva. We love it. And I know that things are in good hands with you two ladies moving forward. Governor Val, I love you no matter what. Through thick and thin, I love you for everything that you've done and everything you continue to do. And I look forward to continuing this show far deeper than just 2024. And I want to thank you for all the support and love you always provide.
Love you.
Thank you.
Love you. Happy New Year.
To everybody out there, we want to wish you all a happy and a healthy New Year once again. Be safe on the 31st if you're out celebrating. Be wise. Don't drink and drive. Get home safe and enjoy your family. Thank you, Gary, for watching. With that, as always, be kind to everybody. Why? We are all we have. Thank you for watching. We'll see you next year right here on Kiwanis Connects.